Yo, I want to show you how I use Kitboy to build drum kits for the dirtywave M8 tracker. So Kitboy here at mpc.3218i.com is a tool for building drum kits, and there's a special way to use it specifically for the M8. So let's call this AD. And the first thing you do with Kitboy always is create groups. So these groups are based on what type of samples you're going to load. We're going to do kicks and snares just as a demo. And actually we'll do hats as well. And so once we have our groups created, we don't have to worry about any of this left side for the purposes of the M8. So we're just going to pull up some samples. I'm going to use Rob Late's Alpha Drums, which is a sample pack I really like. Snares, snaps and claps down in snares. And then hats. And actually, so I'm going to remove a few of these real quick. So let's go ahead and I use fewer claps, so I'm just going to pull out some claps, and I'll explain the reason I'm doing this in a second. It'll become clear. Okay, so 128 in the pool now. I'm going to go to export these. Export from M8. And so what this is going to do is it's going to take each group and export it, each selected group, and export it as its own WAV file with slices set up. Slices saved to the file, like you might do on your M8 when you're slicing a sample. So you can set all pool samples or only samples on pads. I set all pool samples. 128 is the limit, and so if we had more, it wouldn't allow us to create this snares bucket because there are 132 samples and we can't save that many slices. We could pick 16-bit mono or 24-bit stereo. I know a lot of these samples are stereo, so I'm going to keep them stereo. And then we're going to export. When it's done, I'm going to get a file here with 80 hats, 80 kicks, and 80 snares. And let's see what that looks like. So here I'm overlaying the M8 UI so we can see and hear what it's like to actually use them. So I'm going to go into a phrase and create an instrument that's a sampler. And then I'm going to load one of those files. So I've got them in a file here, samples, drum slices. And then each of these is a file like one of those that I showed you, where it's a single type of grouped sample split up into slices. So let's load that Alpha Drums kicks, and you set the slice mode to file. And then on each trig, you create a slice, and this is going to allow you to demo all the samples super quickly. So I like to do this when I'm trying to match a sample to an existing kit or an existing melodic sample that I'm playing. I never really know which one I'm going to use, so this is a super useful way to just scrub through things super duper quickly. So yeah, that's how you use it to make kits quickly for the M8. So with this process now, we have this is something like 80 kicks, 128 snares, 84 hats, kind of organized in a way that they're easily accessible to us when we're using the M8 to build beats. So this tool is for you if you've got a lot of samples kind of loosely organized, but don't necessarily know how to make them into a super quick and easy to use kit on the M8. This is for you. Thanks for watching.